Hello students. Now we will study the effect of superheat and subcooling on the vapor compression refrigeration cycle with the help of pressure enthalpy and temperature enthalpy diagrams. So they are very important considerations for a vapor compression refrigeration system. First, you should remember that the COP of a that is coefficient of performance is equal to refrigeration effect divided by compressor work. Okay. Now, if you look at non-superheating, non-subcooling case, this is a normal case. So I'll say 4 to 1. 4 to 1 is the refrigeration effect. This is enthalpy. This is the enthalpy here. 4 to 1 is the refrigeration effect. 1 to 2 is the compressor work, W compressor. Uh, and then 2 to 3 is the heat rejection. Uh, and 3 to 4 is the capillary reaction or throttling. Okay, so you can see 4 to, I will repeat, 4 to 1 is evaporation, that is the refrigeration effect. 1 to 2 is the compressor work, 2 to 3 is the heat rejection, and 4 to 1 is 3 to 4 is again the throttling work. Okay, so and please understand, this is the subcooled region and this is the superheated region, and whatever is there within this dome, this is the mixed region. This is for latent heat. This is all latent heat. This 4 to 1 is latent heat. From here to here it is latent heat. Only from 2 to here it is superheat. It is superheat. Okay. Now let us see the cases one by one. In case of superheat, now what happens? uh, uh, 4 to 1, actually we expect that the liquid refrigerant leaving out of the evaporator is a saturated vapor. It is a saturated vapor, and it for exit this line point 0.1 falls on the line of the saturated vapor line, this line. But in case of superheating, it goes beyond this refrigerant. It gets evaporated, it becomes dry saturated here, and then gets superheated. This is the superheating. But what happens, any gas when it is superheated, then this line work of compression increases because the density decreases. The density of the gas decreases, the work increases, and this line is very inclined towards this. So the amount of enthalpy, the heat work done by the compressor is high. Okay, so what happens now? You can see refrigeration effect has certainly improved little. This 4 to 1 is the refrigeration effect, slightly it has increased, but the compressor work will increase greatly. Then what happens? Refrigeration effect divided by the compressor work is the coefficient of performance. So though in superheating there is slight increase in the refrigeration effect, but at the cost of high work, and thus the COP is reduced. This is a case of superheating, the COP is reduced. Now coming back to subcooling. In subcooling, actually in normal cooling we expect that the refrigerant when it comes out of the condenser should be a saturated liquid. Here it should lie on this saturated liquid line at this point, but now due to subcooling it goes into the subcooling region. So here the refrigeration, if this 4, it moves out here, so this is the subcooling. So here we see in subcooling there is no increase in the compressor work. Though there is an increase in the refrigeration effect, there is absolutely no increase in the compression work. Hence, subcooling, refrigeration effect increases, compressor work decreases, automatically the COP of the subcooling system increases. So this is about superheating and subcooling of the effect of superheating and subcooling on the vapor compression refrigeration cycle. Thank you.